I guess looking back over the couple of weeks that we just had, coming from NCAA's, um, really successful there on the women's side and able to get a trophy. And you guys heard me say that that's one of the things that we always strive to do. Not so much on the men's side, and we have to go back to the drawing board to get the TH from beside our name. And so we'll continue to do that, and hopefully, as you guys saw the rankings and projections, hopefully we can live up to some of those moving into outdoors and do a lot better. And of course, both on the men's and the women's side, we add a lot of events there that we think that we're fairly decent at and have some firepower there at home. But 21 All-Americans there at the indoor meet. Really excited about that. And like I said, to bring home a trophy on the women's side. Once again, excited about that. And then that chapter of our season is closed, and now we're on to outdoors. And you guys know that we open up at San Diego this weekend, Saturday or Friday and Saturday. And then we'll continue to stay in that area to train for another 4 or 5 days before we send a few distance runners to Stanford.
Are you excited about what you have coming into this outdoor season and your prospects for good years?
Yeah, I always feel a little indifferent about halves of our team doing this and halves of our team doing that. You know, that's team thing is one of the things that we push a lot. So to be able to have the javelin throwers on board is definitely a good thing for us. So really looking forward to that.
What kind of bounce do you think you'll get out of the indoor performance?
What kind of
Bounce do you think? What
bounce?
that give you some momentum?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about not letting this moment die and using it as momentum moving into the outdoor season. So I think the kids have really taken that message to heart and sharing it with the kids that were here in Eugene and getting ready for outdoors.
You guys have been practicing without Hayward Field for a long time now, but now that it's the outdoor season, is there a particular challenge of getting the team kind of, excited about being in the outdoor season, even though they're practicing at a middle school? And
you know what? I've heard a couple of stories that, and one I just heard today, and I'm going to share with you. And we're going to go all the way back to 1960. 1960, and we're going to go away from Oregon and go to Southern California, USC. And everybody seems to be talking about them nowadays. And so there was a coach there that coached swimming, and I forget his name, and don't quote me on all of the facts. But anyway, he won 10 national championships in swimming, and he didn't have a pool there, no pool. But he was able to win national championships, and it kind of made what John Wooden was doing at that time kind of fail in comparison for him to be able to have so many national championships, 10 in a row to be exact, and not to have a pool there. And so he just believed in fitness and training and weight rooms and things like that for his swimmers. And it just correlates on to we won 7 of the 9 indoor titles. We don't have an indoor track. So we don't have an outdoor track now, so we'll figure out a way to make it work one way or another.
At the indoor championships, did you get a chance to, or did you pay attention much to Grant Holloway's performance? Did you watch?
How do you
some
not?
of that?
You're not in the building there, or head is under a rock or something like that if you don't see that guy and his performances. And Grant is somebody that we recruited here.
So you need to do a better job on the recruiting end.
Obviously.
Are you
Or
guys-
move Eugene closer to the east.
I know the season's set up with all the meets and stuff. Are you going to use the OSU high performance meet any differently this year than you have in the years past, just because it might be your de facto home meet for you guys?
Yeah, I know, of course, you guys know we have a large team, 85 kids or so on our team, and so we don't always travel everyone, but we try to travel at least everyone, at least 3 or 4 of the meets. And so we're looking at a lot of meets. Western Oregon is a meet that we've kind of identified as doing some things there, as well as the Oregon State performance meet, their high performance meet. We'll use that as well. So there's lots of meets that are going to be around the area that we're going to try to get to and take some of our kids that need opportunities to try to improve.
You mentioned Grant Holloway, but maybe reflecting back on Jessica Hull and what she did at the indoor meet and what she's been able to do this past year and a half. I mean, what else can she possibly do this year that would be as impressive?
Well, just like I said at Pac-12 cross country, Helen freaking Lehman Winters. She's doing a phenomenal job and can't say enough about what she's been able to do in a short amount of time. And we're thrilled to have her here. And I think Jess is a byproduct of that.
Did she change her name? It's Helen freaking Lehman.
Maybe an extra adjective in there.
That's her Twitter handle.
Were, obviously, you were gratified by what the women did, but did they surprise you at all? You know, getting in there for a trophy.
I thought that if we really hit it, maybe we'd be fifth. And so for us to get a trophy there at 32 points was definitely gratifying. And just really big performances by Reese and Sequin. Some performances there that we knew going in that they had a chance, but it's kind of hard to count on kids, first-timers. Risa being a first-timer there. Shaquin had kind of been there before, so it was time for her to bear some fruit and produce. So if those kids do well, it's great. And then, of course, when I think about it, and of course in retrospect it doesn't matter now, but I don't think we could have got to 51 points, which SC was at that point in time. And I'm basically banking that off of Susan and Hannah Waller there in the 400 and the mile.
Are you guys staying at San Diego? You going to Chula Vista?
Chula Vista.
Okay.
30 minutes.
One of your throwers, Maddie, she PR'd in, I believe it was every event every meet this year. How was she able to do that, and what's the next step for her going forward with outdoor?
Yeah, well, of course it changes events, so it goes from the hammer to the to the weight to the hammer. So Erica is once again has taken an approach to where they've really kind of honed in on some of her deficiencies and making her a better technician of the event, and then just her overall fitness. Like, she's dedicated herself like none other over the summer. Like, she stayed here over the summer and was able to train and do some things, and so I think you're trying to see some of the results of her work over the summer.
You mentioned javelin as an event where you could maybe pick up some points that weren't available for you indoors. What are other events you see?
Yeah, like I think we have a collection of good male sprinters there, so that 4x1 should be something that we should look for to try to possibly score some points there outdoors. I think more time with our male distance runners is going to help as well there in the 15, and we add the steeple and then some of the longer events there, the 5 and the 10. So I think all of those events being added is a plus for us, and we get a few kids added to our roster there in the 4x4. So we didn't have one of those for the first time in a long time at this indoor meet. So those are other little things that I think will help us.